I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett. Thanks so much for checking in with us here on ABC24 Plus for an update on your forecast and yet again the chance of severe thunderstorms this weekend. Seems like we can't catch a break with these severe weather risks either coming on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And we have another one coming up this weekend. This one's going to be Sunday night, March the 30th. Let's jump right in here and talk about it. We're actually going to have some rain that starts on Saturday. So the entire weekend this weekend in the Mid-South in the Memphis area is going to look a little soggy. I do expect rain showers throughout most of the day Saturday. Now, I do not expect severe weather Saturday. This is going to be some plain old rain, but it will likely disrupt your plans on Saturday, especially in the morning. And we could have heavy rain off and on throughout the day Saturday. Sunday, for the most part, might actually be dry, at least in the morning hours, but those thunderstorms will come in late Sunday evening and Sunday night after sunset, and it's that round of thunderstorms late Sunday night that could pose a severe weather risk. So yes, there will be rain Saturday. I don't think there will be anything severe weather-wise on Saturday, aside from some heavy rain, but Sunday night is the time frame to watch. Here's a look at your expected rain totals as we look through the weekend. You combine Saturday and Sunday, and we could be looking at easily 1 to maybe 2 inches of rain through Saturday and Sunday. But of course, the biggest thing we're concerned about is that threat of severe thunderstorms, and that's going to come Sunday evening and Sunday night. That's when really we're most concerned about this. This looks like it could actually be after sunset Sunday. So we're talking about after 7 p.m. and then continuing into the overnight hours. I know we've had several severe weather threats the last couple of weeks in the Mid-South. For the most part, those have dodged Memphis. We've had tornadoes and bad weather to our north. We've had some to our south. It's kind of been all around us. We have not gotten a direct hit from terrible weather in the city of Memphis, but this is a scenario where the ingredients are present for all kinds of severe weather. We could have hail, high wind gusts, and tornadoes somewhere in the Mid-South Sunday night. Now, that does not mean that will happen in every single neighborhood. Not every storm Sunday night will be severe, but there could be some that do hit severe limits because the ingredients for severe weather are there. We'll talk about what those are in just a bit. But I do want to kind of preface that severe weather won't happen everywhere Sunday, but we can't exactly pin down which storm will go severe. Could go to our north again, could go to our south again, could be right here over us because the ingredients will be present. I know a lot of folks have said, well, you know, we've called for severe weather for 3 weeks now and we really haven't gotten much. And yes, we've been lucky so far, but those ingredients are definitely going to be in place. And I would say this Sunday, and especially Sunday night, might be the most robust system we've had so far this year, meaning this is the highest potential, the most ingredients we've had so far. At least that is a good possibility. That's the way it looks right now. So don't let your guard down, even though, you know, we've missed the last couple of extreme severe weather events. This could be one where those ingredients are really in place for severe weather in Memphis or somewhere in the Mid-South. So just keep an eye on the forecast for the next few days. As we get closer to Sunday, details will be coming in. We'll get a little bit more of a better idea of who exactly could have the best severe weather risk. But I would say anywhere in the Mid-South is going to have that potential for Sunday evening and Sunday night. I talked about those severe weather ingredients, and I want to kind of dive deeper into that here for just a little bit. And what I want to show you here are your upper level winds. This is at what we call about the 500 millibar level for wind speeds. This is way up in the atmosphere, up above where the planes fly. So this is your jet stream level. And the jet stream gives us a really good idea of where storms will develop because we need really fast winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere for severe weather to be present. And as we march through this weekend, you'll notice, especially as we get to Sunday, we start to get that dip in the jet stream back off to our west and very fast upper level winds, westerly upper level winds coming right into Memphis. And so high up in the atmosphere through the day Sunday, those winds will really be picking up, and that is going to help storms to develop and to possibly become severe. Now I want to kind of trick you for a second here, trick your eyes at least, and bend down kind of at a 3D level here. And I know this view is kind of tricky to understand. There's Memphis there, of course. That's the Tennessee-Mississippi state line, and then the Mississippi River is right here. What I want to show you in this is one of the biggest ingredients we need for severe weather. It's not only winds, but it is a change in wind direction. We need the winds to switch directions at some point in the atmosphere. We call that wind shear, and we have it on Sunday. These white lines down here, that's your wind at the surface, at the ground level. This is the wind that we would be experiencing here on Earth, on the ground. And you see those winds are out of the south and southwest. So we're going to have a very strong southerly wind out of the south direction, of course, on Sunday at the surface. But then like we talked about in the upper levels, check that out. Those winds are due west. So that is creating what we call wind shear. That helps storms to develop and to maintain their strength. It also helps to add a little spin in the atmosphere, and that would increase a tornado potential. If you have winds out of the south at the surface, and then the higher up you go, they switch to be out of the west, there's naturally going to be a little bit of a twist with the winds with height. So that's ingredient number one. We have plenty of wind energy, and we have a twisting of the winds with height. We also are going to have plenty of moisture. Areas in green is where there's going to be that really humid, soupy kind of air. Friday, it's not here. Saturday, it's really not here. That's why I'm not really concerned about severe weather Saturday, even though it will be raining. But by Sunday, that moisture really spreads off to the north, and that is going to put us in a favorable zone of really humid air. Dew points will be in the 60s, maybe even the 70s, and that is plenty of humidity for storms to start to develop and to rise. So we have the storms that are going to develop. That wind energy will help them become severe and could pose a risk of tornadoes. So kind of all the ingredients are in place here. The question is exactly where those storms will develop, and we really won't be able to pin that down until it's happening. Now here's the plain old radar mode. I want to walk through this kind of hour by hour. I'm going to start off Saturday morning at 6 a.m. And we already have some rain that's going to be moving in. So Saturday could turn out to be a pretty rainy day. Notice the cold front still well off to the west, and we need that cold front to kind of spark up the storms. I just told you we had all the ingredients. That cold front is kind of the initialization that we need, the spark for storms to start. So if that cold front's not close to us, we're not going to have any big thunderstorms. What we will have is some rain, but I don't think severe weather is going to be a concern on Saturday, although it will be raining off and on for most of the day. There could be some breaks in the rain on Saturday, but more of the day than not is probably going to be pretty rainy, and there could be some heavy rain throughout the day Saturday. As we march ahead to Sunday, many of us will start the day dry on Sunday. These storms will not develop until late in the day on Sunday. So if you're thinking about weekend plans, Saturday is probably going to actually be more rainy. You might have breaks in the rain Sunday. We might have a little sunshine through the day Sunday, but then late Sunday night, here comes that cold front, and that's when the storms will start to develop. Look how late this is, 8 p.m. Sunday. So most of the daytime Sunday will be dry, but by Sunday night, right about sunset, that cold front gets a little closer to us and we'll start to see thunderstorms developing. These storms could really hold off in Memphis until 10, 11 at night, maybe even midnight Sunday night. So this is going to be a really late night affair with these storms developing and coming in and possibly becoming severe. That cold front passes us through late Sunday night or early Monday morning, and then by Monday morning, the storms kind of move off to our south and east, and they will be out of our hair. But again, late Sunday night is the time frame we're worried about. Probably 7 to 8 p.m. onward, maybe even to midnight or after that. So this is going to be a situation where these storms are coming in while many of us are sleeping. So make sure you have a way to get weather alerts in case one is issued. Weather radio, a phone app, sleep with your phone on Sunday night so it'll make noise in case one of those storms happens to find you. I do want to break down some of the potentials just a little bit. To me, it looks like pretty much every ingredient is in place. You know, sometimes we say, this is going to be more of a hail threat, or, oh, this will be more of a wind threat. I think this is a situation that's going to be really robust and could face all kind of threats, pretty much everything. So this is your hail potential. And notice as we go through the day Sunday, that hail potential kind of lights up right over us Sunday evening and Sunday night. So this is 9 p.m. for your hail potential. And there is going to be that potential of hail across the Mid-South and kind of over a wide area, anywhere from Ohio and Kentucky all the way back through Texas. That's where this storm threat's going to be. I do think the best ingredients are pretty much right over Memphis. So we're kind of in that bullseye for hail and high wind gusts as we look ahead. In the same parameter, I want to show you the tornado potential. We kind of know, yes, there's a hail potential. You saw it lighting up. The tornado potential is going to kind of do the same thing here. As we scroll ahead through the day Sunday, that thing starts to light up by Sunday evening and Sunday night. Here's 7 p.m. And you see that tornado potential kind of lighting up right over Memphis and then especially into western Tennessee. So if we can get storms that start to develop earlier, 7, 8, 9 p.m., they're going to pose a risk of tornadoes, and that will continue through Sunday night, possibly as late as midnight. I will say the closer we get to midnight, that tornado potential dies down a little bit. By that point, it'll probably be more of just a hail and wind threat. But it looks like early on, 7, 8, 9 p.m. Sunday, there's going to be a tornado potential. And then through the night, that's going to transition to more of a hail and a wind threat that continues through midnight. So with all of that being said, this is your current severe weather outlook. This is as of Wednesday morning at about 9:30. Our next outlook will come out Thursday morning. So if you're watching this Thursday morning, this could have been updated. But as far as right now goes, this is the severe weather threat for Sunday. A large area of possible severe weather. Like I just said, it goes from Ohio through Kentucky, highlights all of the Mid-South, including Memphis, and then back to Texas as well. But everybody in Memphis and the Mid-South is going to be facing that severe weather potential on Sunday. So what can you do right now? Well, the number one thing I like to say is be prepared. Don't be scared. I grew up with terrible storm anxiety. That's one of the reasons that I chose this career. So maybe I could help out people the way that meteorologists helped me out, kind of calm me down when storms happen. The best advice I can give you is if you're prepared and you know what's happening, there's really not a reason to be super scared or super worried. If you know your tornado safe place, if you have a way to get those warnings, you'll probably be fine. And this is thankfully kind of the high-tech world of weather, is that the folks at the National Weather Service do such a great job. We hardly ever have a tornado that hits without a warning. So you're going to get at least a 10, 15, 20-minute warning before a storm hits you that could be pretty bad. So as long as you have a way to hear about those alerts, you'll know it's coming. You can do that with the ABC24 app. Your phone should automatically get those alerts. Make sure you have them turned on in your settings. Weather radio, TV, regular radio, those will all send you alerts. And then just know what to do if an alert is issued for your area. Of course, if there is a tornado warning that's issued for you, make sure you go to the most center room of your house, bathroom, closet, somewhere away from windows. And if you're in a mobile home, just make sure you have some other safe place to go. Also bear in mind, even if there is a tornado potential, tornadoes are pretty small. Even if we had a terrible tornado outbreak and had 100 tornadoes hit the Mid-South, the odds of you specifically getting hit by one are still really slim. So I tell you that as a word of caution. You know, you obviously want to be prepared. You want to know what's happening. You want to stay ahead of the weather. But as far as tornadoes go, relatively, they're pretty small. So make sure you know what to do if a tornado warning is issued, but still the odds of you specifically getting impacted by one are pretty slim. I think the bigger impact for many of us will be the hail and the wind, but again, we can't rule out those tornadoes. That's why I want you to just be prepared, but don't be scared. And of course, plan ahead for power outages. Anytime the winds pick up, that is certainly a possibility. If you're interested in weather or just want to help us out, I do want to invite you to join the ABC24 Weather Watchers. This is our Facebook group for our storm spotters across the Mid-South. Anywhere in the Memphis area, if you want to send in photos, videos, reports of severe weather, whatever's happening in your area, you can join our group. Just search ABC24 Weather Watchers, and you can request to join that, and we'll share your photos and videos on air and also with the National Weather Service. But as we inch closer to Sunday And to this severe weather threat, the best thing you can do to stay informed is download the ABC24 app. It is a totally free download. Just search ABC24 on your iPhone or your Android. You can also search on your smart TV now. If you have Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, search ABC24 there. We have an app where we do these kind of live streams on our ABC24 Plus channel. But all of that is also in the app, and we'll send you an alert if a bad storm is headed your way right there on the app. Here comes our first batch of rain.
Some severe thunderstorms and even several tornado warnings.
I think the bigger issue is going to be the wind gusts. So you start getting some branches knocked around. You could definitely see some power outages today. The storms could pack a punch.
It's not just the thunderstorms, it's the fact that this low pressure is so strong.
How big that storm system was.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 24 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.